Friday.
Happy Friday.
It is day 6 already of our 11th annual Celebrate the Light fundraising extravaganza. This week, we're doing exciting things. We're talking to you all about featured items on the auction, which is right behind us. And we're also talking about events that Salt and Light does that we love dearly. And so joining us once again today is the greatest showman, Christy Miller.
That's me.
So Christy, we are talking about one featured item tonight. Just one. And it's a new item that was not on the auction when we started on October 3rd. It's a very exciting item and it needs more bids because it's something a lot of people want. And it is Penn State tickets! Yay! We are, aren't we? So check out right here. This is all the information about the tickets, the date, and the game. And so if you want to attend that game, bid on those tickets because we would love for you to go to a Penn State game and also support Salt and Light in the process. It's a double win, so we'd love that for you when it wins.
Agreed.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a Penn State game?
I have not.
Me either.
Yeah, just not. I also don't go to many sports things in general, but it does seem like a very fun and exciting time.
Seems like something that people have a lot of fun at.
Yeah.
So we're probably missing out.
We are.
So tonight we are talking about one event that Salt and Light does. And we did actually briefly hit on it a few days ago during Celebrate the Light week. However, I wanted to give one whole day dedicated just to talking about this event because it is something that we love so much and because we have one of its original creators here with us today. And that is, of course, Creative Arts Camp!
Woo!
Yay! Woohoo! So, Christy, you and another person and obviously other Salt and Lighters, but you had this dream to create a camp dedicated to the creative arts. Why do you love Creative Arts Camp?
I love Creative Arts Camp because it is a time, I think, for students to really be equipped and grow in their passions in the arts. Yeah. And I love that it's also just a safe place. I know as somebody, and you too, like growing up with theater, and I love theater, or in choir and music and different things like this, it's a great place, but also super competitive and sometimes can be very petty, or like people can be mean, it can be cutthroat. And so I love that we create this community of a place where you can grow both in your faith and in your passion. And it's also just a safe place that if you fail or if you mess up or if you don't get the best part, like everybody is cheering for you and encouraging you. And it's just a safe place to learn and grow. Yeah. So those are things that I really love about it. And it's always very inspiring and encouraging to see, the next generation coming up in faith that way. So
yeah, it is. And I mean, I remember the very first Creative Arts Camp, 2016, I believe, was our first, the final night. We let the students lead basically a worship night with creative arts pieces and worship. And that was our first time watching students lead us in worship. And it was like, it's just so beautiful. Yeah. So I thought it might be neat if we phone call, like we did yesterday, someone who was part of your original team planning Creative Arts Camp, who had a hand in its original creation, and that is the one and only Cody Sherry. You love him. You love to see him.
We love to see him.
We love to see him. And we're going to hear from him, so we're going to give him a call, and hopefully he answers. And we're going to ask him about Creative Arts Camp.
Yo. This is Cody Sherry.
It is the right phone number. He just didn't answer.
Obviously, can't take a call at the moment.
Obviously. Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
So I'm calling you back now after the fact. Oh, that's Caleb. I have 2 questions for you.
Yes.
Okay. The first question is, why did you want to start Creative Arts Camp in 2016?
Yeah, so I think it was something that
honestly was a dream of mine and Christy's, and we didn't even really tell each other that, but we kind of just knew like that would be really special. And I think for me personally, I had seen how Salt and Light like helped me grow creatively, and then I got to kind of step into leadership and help other young people grow creatively. And I always said, like, I tell people that I feel like Salt and Light was the safest space to like grow in those creative arts, because there was no like competitive spirit or comparison spirit. Like there were people who were better at everything creatively than me, but I didn't feel like I was in direct competition with them like maybe I would if I was trying out for a musical or singing in chorus or things like that. And so it was such a safe space created for the team, but that was only like 15 to 20 people,
Right.
and only a couple teenagers, mostly young adults. And so my heart was like, I want to create this safe space for teenagers to thrive in those giftings and recognize that they can use them not just for like their school musicals, but use them for the kingdom.
Yeah.
And if we could create that safe space, they would just be able to grow exponentially, because you're not worried about who's better than you and like all those things that kind of get in your head in like the secular arts world.
Yeah.
So that was like my heart behind it. And I remember just kind of eventually putting words to it. And Christy was like, obviously that's my dream too. And 2 years later, after we kind of voiced that to each other, there was a week-long kind of hole in the schedule. And we just looked at each other and we're like, why don't we just try to pull it off? Like, why don't we just go for it and see what happens? So
I'm so glad that you did, because so many kids have had a safe space to do their exploring and to create and to worship all at the same time. So that's amazing.
Yeah, it was so cool. It was literally a dream come true, because we had both had that dream. So my favorite memory is when we like had the culmination night. I think it was on a Thursday evening, and their parents could come, and we had students in leadership up on stage, like musically and dance and theater, and like doing all the skits and stuff. And like there were no adults on stage, like there was no young adults on stage. It was just these teenagers like doing it for themselves, just beaming and so excited about the kingdom work that was happening through students.
Yeah, it was really beautiful.
It's so cool.
It was so cool. Yeah. And it was probably like one of the truest forms of youth reaching youth with the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Exactly. That was like, honestly, I remember leaning over to Chris and we were just beaming, and I was like, this is what it's about. Like, this is why we do what we do, is to empower the next generation. Yep. And they've been empowered to do it on their own now without us. And I just think that's so special. That's the whole goal.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Wow. Okay, well, thank you so much for letting me call you.
Yeah, thanks for calling. And I've been bidding on 1 million items. So
I know, you're like the biggest bidder right now. So, Creative Arts Camp, it is just one of the things that Salt and Light does that means so much to us. We love pouring into students. We love watching them shine in their acting, singing, dancing, videography, fine arts, music. But we also love watching them shine for the Lord and use their light for good and do everything to the glory of God. And Creative Arts Camp is one practical way for them to do what they love and worship at the same time. So when you support Salt and Light, whether that's through a bid at the auction or through making a one-time or recurring donation to us, you are supporting Creative Arts Camp. And you're especially supporting the campers, because we love to provide these experiences for them. And there's not many places where you can study the arts and study God's word and study worship at the same time. And so we want to keep giving those experiences to students, and your support goes a long way in doing that.
So if you'd like to support us and support the work we're doing with Creative Arts Camp and many other things, you can head to this link right now for our auction, or to just donate directly to the work of Salt and Light.
Yes, so day 6 of Celebrate the Light is coming to a close. Be sure to check out the auction. Christy, while you're here, did you just want to quick address the Zeteo 22 theme and tell us what it is?
No.
Here's a thought.
We've been over this.
We have been over, but this is a new thought. I have a couple of thoughts of ideas of what I think Zeteo 2022 might be. And so I'm
Okay.
just gonna say them to you, and then if I'm right, maybe you could just like blink twice, maybe just give me
I
a
highly
signal.
doubt you're just gonna guess.
Well, you know what?
But
I've like seen a couple, like I've heard you brainstorm out loud a couple things here and there. I've been
Okay.
eavesdropping. I think I could.
yeah, if you can arbitrarily guess the theme, I will
Yes.
tell you.
Okay,
Okay.
listen to this. Archaeologists.
It sounds close to something else we did. So no,
I don't think so.
I also don't know anything about archaeology. So
Interesting. Okay, what about search and rescue?
vaguely close to lost and found, but no, it's not that.
Okay, I have another one. Where the wild things are.
That's a book.
Okay, that brings me
okay.
to my fourth
Copyright
thought.
issues.
Bookkeepers. Bookshop.
No,
Landscapers.
no, none of those.
The Rock.
No. She's
None
trying,
of those.
folks. She's really trying.
Was I close?
No.
One
I
word
don't-
or two or
it's-
three?
It's 2 words. So there's a clue.
Okay. If
Words.
2 words for the as the title, right? Of Zeteo?
No,
the
2
2-word title.
Oh, I thought you guys was 2 words theme. Zeteo 2022. 2 words.
2 words.
Yes, no, the title of the theme is two words.
Go ahead and write in the comments what you think the 2-worded title is.
Second clue, it's not bookkeeper.
And it's not bookshop.
It's not bookshop.
Or
which are
search
also
and
both 1
rescue.
word. So
Dang it.
search and rescue is 3.
Okay, what if someone actually guessed what the 2 words are? They get a free ticket to Zeteo.
No, I was gonna say a free T-shirt.
You get a free ticket. You get a free
I don't
t-shirt.
think you can. I don't think you can give away free T-shirts.
I don't have that ability.
I don't think we have that ability.
If you guess it, which you probably won't because I can't. So,
Bye.